having a little allergy issue today. Let me go ahead and turn this light up here. So, yeah, I'm in my little spot and stuff. Usually I'm in my other little one. My allergy's killing me today. So, I'm gonna try to do at least maybe, excuse me. Really apologize for this, y'all. It's dry in here. But it was way too much noise going on. I'm trying to talk and stuff like that and all this. So I think I'm gonna start hanging out here a lot more often. So now, man, today's a pretty relaxed day. I think that I did a kind of a longer one. A longer story time. It went a lot longer than what I did, but I'm trying to do new things. I'm probably gonna do a lot more story times on my phone as opposed to StreamYard. But I like the StreamYard so I could show you. So I could show y'all a lot of things, like now apps and the black owned businesses and all that kind of stuff. So this story time is gonna be mainly about damn, I may have to stop my nose or something. This story time may be about what was my process for the first and the second books. What was my process like? And the thing about it is I pretty much gave everybody all that I had in my experience, in my personal experience, and I was trying to figure out the best way where I didn't have to sugarcoat it. Where I didn't have to sugarcoat it. I wanted to kind of show the black experience, because I was just writing notes, because I was doing tech training for years. Once I got on, I had always helped friends with resumes and things of that nature, but I wanted to figure out a different way to get other people get on. And so, as you guys know, it was accidental. I was requested to just come to a class, and I'll cover that more. I'll cover that more because the tech training is directly instrumental in me getting writing these books. You know, I probably wouldn't have wrote them if I didn't do the tech training, because I kind of got a bird's eye view for what you probably need to get in the game, and that's what the first book was really about. So that's over maybe a year of collection of just notes. It only takes 1 hour to read it, but you could pick that book up and you can actually get in the game just with that. It's a small guide. The second one is like 30 of those books in one, and then it's going into black historical things, and then it's some strong opinions in there too, backed by a lot of history, scholarly articles and facts, and then it has solutions. So that took a lot longer. That took a little more than a year to write, because I actually was doing a lot of research. The first book, it didn't take that long because I already had a lot of notes. So there was things that I was gonna, I talked about experiences and all of that. Actually, the first book is actually more popular, and now I got it released in 2019. But to be honest, I never really got to the point to promote. The first one was promoted okay, but I never got that plateau, like a full-scale $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 marketing, push, where I'm just everywhere, and it did pretty good. It was number one. So I think I'm gonna go back and not re-release, but reintroduce that too. The second one I really didn't do too much because I was busy with with the surface white business. You know what I'm saying? So that one never really got, and then it's so big that I think people are kind of like, it might scare people away or whatnot. So that's almost like a encyclopedia. But that piece of work, to me, that's my dearest work to me. So that was kind of showing, the second book was kind of showing my paperwork. The second book was kind of showing like, okay, this is what I did and this is what I contributed, and then so now I had other IT professionals that would send me reports about what their experience were. And then some I had that were written in third person and whatnot, and now I could talk about it now. I didn't have this video platform. I've had this YouTube for a while, but I never really used it because I just didn't like being on camera. And now I could kind of tell a lot of these stories in detail. And prior to me getting into IT and during my time getting, still doing tech, and also I could talk about other things in that regard. So it's a whole bunch of stories that is not in those books that I could kind of detail and I could kind of talk about. The first thing that I started to do with the notes of the first book was resume, because I had already been, before I wrote that book, I had already been helping people that I know get their resume together and help get them work, get them positions, even people that was already in there that was having trouble. I said, well, just use this format, just use this as a template. This isn't something that I engineer. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to use what we already have, and we're just going to add to that and modify it. So when it's on paper and people look at it, they just get attracted to it. And that was my ideology from that. And they said it worked. And so I said, well, I'm just going to use this template over and over and over. Okay, so now I got the task. Let me see. So let me look at this here. Okay, this is a new hire. Okay, so I'll work on that today. Today I got kind of a clear slate. So yeah, now I'm kind of figuring, I'm like, all right, there's too much going on. I'm just gonna find my little, I'm gonna call it the cubby hole. I'm gonna just find me a little cubby hole, and I'll start, start working on that, after a while. But for right now, no, story time. So now, when I finally, okay, now here's the thought process to this too. Once I had the body of work I wanted to have as many black people involved as I possibly could. The guy that did the cover, that wasn't a brother. It was this one dude from New York, a white guy called Mirko Poli. He was real good. He did my cover. So I took my hands, and you can see my hands, and I want, the first name of the book was going to be called Spill Milk, Cry Later, or Cry, something like that. And I was going to have a glass of milk being spilled, basically saying, getting into this industry and you're going to deal with things, but that didn't really make no sense. So I said, all right, being black in IT. And I said, okay, well, the guide. Then in the title, I said, well, okay, I got in without a college degree. So I said, okay, I'm going to put that as like a subtitle. So I found this brother on this site called Upwork. Upwork is like Fever. You could hire people, contract them out. That's a good place. So new authors and editors, don't spend too much time running around trying to see who could do what. Man, just go on Upwork, or Fever is mainly for like a lot of design. So if you want video design and stuff like that. But if you want some real editors and some good people, man, go to Upwork. Man, my damn nose, man. I hope this stuff kicks in. I think I'm gonna take me another pill. a little allergy pill, something like that. So I'm so sorry, y'all. This is horrible, but I gotta get it out. Just let me know something or whatever. I seen the emails. They said they were just letting me know. It must be. It must be like a hot on the press thing. But I guess somebody, if you see me in here doing a meeting, I guess you could have just pinged me. So I don't know what that's all about. I'm gonna keep it real. I think folks be wanting to be tagged. You know, I don't know, man. I'll get. I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna do a little mini segment on that too. So, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. So now that threw me off for a minute. So now, with regard to the second book, I had this brother from Dallas, Texas. He wrote, because I had everything. Once I had everything done, I said, I just want you to edit it. So it didn't take him long. It took like a week or two. It didn't take long. So I think I paid him, because I could have tried to edit it myself, but I want somebody who knows what they're doing. I wanted a brother. And so he, for what he could do, he did what I wanted him to do. You know what I'm saying? He did what I wanted him to do. So now, the graphic designer, I wanted it, and you to see my theme between the first and second books. I wanted it to be like some space tech, really, you know, something that catches people's eye. And people like the covers. You know what I'm saying? So, the first book, he edited it, and I had him change some things because he was writing it. Basically, he didn't write it wrong. It's just that there was certain things, the way, basically I talk a certain way, and there were certain things where I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I don't talk like that, bro. That sounds like I don't know if it was like I don't want to say like MTV vibe or whatever, but basically I don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So there were some things in there as to how it was written, and I caught that it wasn't something that was incorrect. Some people might have just left it, but I'm like, no, I don't speak like that. That's not like anybody that knows me. I don't talk like that. So there was some things that changed, just some wording. And so once that was all done, I had a little issue with the formatting with Amazon and KDP and stuff like that. So that was just some graphic design stuff. But that process kind of went kind of smooth. The hardest part was formatting. So now, the second book was a pain, because I got this sister and she was really good. She was the editor, and I wanted her. I went through a couple people. I almost got scammed by like 2 or 3 folks from Nigeria. And I said, man, I'm going to find me a freedman. I'm going to find somebody that I don't have to re-explain how this sounds, because I'm telling these people on, and they're like, oh, I have experience with the black experience and this, that, and the third, and these folks are in different countries, and I was going to hire some of them to do some of the work, but they kept talking about WhatsApp, and the stuff wasn't lining up, and they sending me weird Zoom calls at different hours. They say they're in the United States, then they not, and I said, oh no, we ain't gonna do that. And I met this sister that was from Carolina, so I didn't have to re-explain and have to talk about, you know, culturally we just click. I didn't have to worry about that, you know. So I just, you know, I just let her have the, you know, I told her I want this kind of like the medical apartheid, and you know, you know, I wanted it like Ida B. Wells' report almost, and medical apartheid and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I said I kind of wanted in that reign. And she did it exactly how I wanted it, word for word, word for word. There was a lot of things I thought I was gonna take out, and I was like, nah, especially how things is right now, we gotta stay on folks' necks. We gotta really stay on folks' necks. So I'm glad I didn't take none of that out. I said, yeah, I probably should have went harder. Because at first I was like, oh, this might be a little too harsh or brutal. Nope. I should have went as brutal as I could be. Yeah. At this point where we're at now, I did right. I did right. Yeah, I wrote that. I meant what I said. Yeah, I meant it. So, but the second book was harder. But I wanted to have a bunch of solutions I use, and real life experiences from people that I knew and people that emailing me, man, this happened, what should I do, blah blah blah, and I threw that all in the book. The first one's just helping you in the door. The second one's like showing you once you get in the door, and then some new technologies and things. And then when people try to say, well, that don't happen, and you just making it up, or you okay, all right, let me go get the paperwork. Let me go get the paperwork. Let me go get the paperwork and the articles and all this stuff. So, and then I wrote a glossary. I said, because, we're in social media. We're in the social media. All of that's really about like the social media. You see people making these videos and these statements and these narratives, and this is how they act. And I classified them. I pulled a Crest Welding and I just classified them. These are the folks you see, and these are the personalities that you're going to deal with. And I just classified all those personalities. It's almost like a psychology thing. I didn't really think about it from that standpoint, but I just said, okay, I'm about to classify these. I'm seeing, because now it's not about what you kind of see out and about. It's like a lot of this stuff is online. We're talking about information technology. This stuff is online. So I just classified it. But I'll go into detail. I'll go into either further detail about that stuff, and then I'll probably do another story time today. I don't know. I'm gonna see what these folks talking about when this meeting's over. But yeah, soon as they done, they better, yeah. So all right, man. So I don't know. I'm feeling weird, man. My allergies bother me, so I'm gonna load this up for you guys, and I got one more story time from yesterday that I made. I'm gonna load that up. And I got 3 to 4 more stories that's already ready, set to go. They're in the notifications. You guys are probably getting the notifications. So, all right.